What is you holding you captive in fear, anxiety, and worry? Let's transform that today, this evening, into less anxiety, less fear, less worry, and more hope, peace, hope for the future, and just try to break out of that and have less anxiety. So I am Nurse Ann. I'm a certified emergency and mental health registered nurse on the front lines. In this channel, this podcast, these videos, the website is here for your inspirational wellness to help you break out of boxes of limitations, also boxes of anxiety. It's for your health of body, mind, and spirit, because you know they work together in synergy. You can see nurseann.com below, but we're going to start with amygdala anxiety. And this is from my latest mental strength devotional by Nurse Ann, link on the website. What is amygdala anxiety? And don't forget, at the end, there's always a prize, which I'll tell you about soon. So the amygdala is a part of the brain that plays a key role in anxiety and fear. How does the amygdala work? The amygdala processes sensory and social stimuli to evaluate their emotional significance. It's responsible for the body's fight, flight, or freeze response, and it includes increased heart rate and blood pressure, faster breathing, and feelings of fear and anxiety. Have you ever had there's also a term called amygdala hijack, also known as this amygdala anxiety. Have you ever had your amygdala hijacked, where normally it's there in case we're in physical danger to ramp us up so that we can get out of that fear and danger, but in our everyday stresses, our everyday life, that can get also overreactive and causes us to go into that fight, flight, or freeze, that amygdala anxiety, even when it's a little bit overboard. And if our body, our mind keeps doing that, it has a detrimental effect on our health, our mental health, and our physical health. And we don't want to stay stuck in that fight, flight, or freeze mode. So how to reduce anxiety? Stress reduction techniques like meditation. You can meditate and focus on the moment, focus on your breath, nature, just being still and calm, focus on the word. And we're going to get some scripture too after this. But deep breathing, meditation, exercise, all these can help reduce anxiety. And you could also work with a trained professional to help with symptoms of anxiety. So this devotional is inspired by Philippians 4, 6, and 7 that reminds us to be anxious for nothing. How can we do that? But in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, to let our requests be made known to God. And he gives us a promise. And it's the peace of God which surpasses, which transcends all understanding, can guard your hearts and minds through him. And I've had this happen in my life. Leave it in the comments if you've had this happen in your life, where you're going through such a struggle in your life. There's a lot of things going on in you, your family, your loved ones, and you don't know how to deal with it. But when you pray and ask God to help you through it, even though the troubles and the problems are still going on, as his word promises, when you come to him and ask that, he can give you that peace that says it passes and transcends all understanding, which means, like I said, even though the problems are still there, you don't understand why you have this peace that helps you to go on and make it through it. But that's so great about that promise. And also Psalm 94:19, when anxiety was great within me, your consolation brought joy to my soul. So is this your first time learning about amygdala anxiety? What causes you to go into fight, flight, or freeze mode? What tools have you tried to overcome this? And number 4, what are some scripture verses that help you when you're dealing with anxiety and fear? And the next chapter in this is actually authority, ways to control your thoughts and take authority. And I'll let you check out the mental strength devotional, link at the website, to deepen your roots of mental resilience, along with building your faith on solid ground in this life-enhancing devotional. And it was just released by Nurse Ann. And the second one we're going to go into is from the Inspiration Battles devotional, because we all have battles to stay inspired, and sometimes that can feel overwhelming. Therefore, I wrote this devotional. It's biblical medicine for real life, along with soul searching, because that soul searching, that meditation, that introspection, and digging into the Word can help us get over these inspiration battles. So today we're going to dig into that. Make sure you're following this channel, like it, leave your comments as we go. And as I said, the website you can see below, nurseann.com, that's Ann with an E, is there for your inspirational wellness. There's a lot of media there and information and resources to help you, because I want you to have a life of your best health of body, mind, and spirit, because they work together in synergy. So this one today from Inspiration Battles Devotional by Nurse Ann is also titled Anxiety. So let's see what we can learn about anxiety in this one. So it goes, anxiety. And here's a unique tip for dealing with anxiety. We don't often think about this, but it will help us get to the root and the foundation of stress and worry. When we read through Psalm 139, we see King David crying out and asking God to search the depths of his heart and thoughts. How often do you do that? He asked God to root out anything that would cause him to do wrong or think wrong. David wisely requested the Lord to show him the right path to walk on all the days of his life. He wanted to know if he was thinking wrong thoughts, having any hurtful lifestyle patterns that would affect himself and others. When we're trying to get to the heart of anxiety, fear, and worry and transform that, sometimes we forget to search for the root cause. We can be tempted to look around at what's going in our day-to-day activities and feel like surface issues are causing us to be anxious. Does that happen to you? But when we ask our Heavenly Father, He will show us what might be hiding in the crevices of our hearts and minds. Sometimes those things can try to hide and then sneak up on us. Then we have the opportunity to work on bringing these thoughts to the surface, getting them out, and learning new and better ways that will be a blessing to ourselves and spill on to others. Isn't that what it's all about? In this particular psalm, David complained about his enemies and how he felt towards them before he asked God to search his own heart. Thankfully, we can learn from his wisdom and pray the same type of prayers for God to work on our hearts and souls, leading to more peace of mind for everyday life. I hope this can be your reality today as you ask God to search your heart and lead you to the way of peace. And that's from my Inspiration Battles Devotional Biblical Medicine for Real Life and Soul Searching with a dose of encouragement. This will help you. Link on the website. And then we're going to also jump into another one. It's from my Word Puzzles Devotional. It's interesting words linked to everyday life and our own inner thought struggles. And there's relevant biblical prescriptions. I want you to get your dose of wisdom and inspiration to overcome and thrive. I do want you and those you love and those in your circle to overcome and thrive. And there's hope and new light for your life journey. Guess what else is in here? Medicine for your soul. Do you need some soul medicine? So let's jump into that. And this one today, everyone get a drink of water because it's so good for your health, your mental health, your physical health. It's even healthy for your cells. Get a drink of water. I'll wait for you. Do you want healthy cells? So the word today, as I said, is kind of interesting, different, unique words. And it's an A to Z format. And the letter today is A. And the word is affrew. Do you know what that means? Affrew. It means dreadful or frightful. What scares and makes you feel dreadful and in fear? So health challenges, family problems, income struggles, and a myriad of situations can tempt us to fear. And just when we thought we had the battle for anxiety and fear defeated, something or someone challenges us with something new or old. Our own thoughts can be plagued with panic and dread. So I want you to allow the promise from Psalm 56:3 to drench your fearful heart with peace when we feel afraid we are invited to trust the Lord. These are simple words, but a big promise. So this, once again, is from my Word Puzzles devotional, link on the website. And let me tell you about the prize before we jump into just a couple more intros. At the end, there's always the prize where I read you a quick, short, action-packed chapter from my published fictional drama where you get to ride along with the frontline workers rescuing those in crisis of mental, physical, and spiritual. We're almost there, so hang on, buckle up. And then there's the mental healing poetry devotional. We discuss a lot of life challenges along with God-ordained courage and healing to help us turn away from those mindsets controlled by fear and anxiety. So I want you to step into your true destiny of a faith walk in that purpose-driven path. When we're walking in our purpose, it can help to quell and decrease that anxiety and fear, knowing that we're walking in our destiny and our purpose and spilling that on and helping the lives of others. So this has a lot of mental health battles and struggles that I see on the front lines of emergency and mental health in my own life, what I see in others' lives, in your life, and you'll get a lot from the mental healing poetry devotional link at the website. There's also the Ignite Life poetry devotional. We discuss a lot of serious life struggles that goes on in the world, along with things that we deal with. And there's a poetry in here that I wrote, along with inspiration and advocacy for others. And then there's the Energized Health, Body, Mind, and Spirit. As I said, our body, mind, and spirit work together in synergy. And then I'll also recently release is your Everyday Legacy Poetry Devotional to splash impactful transformation as you go. Because I want you to remember your life legacy isn't just for the future. It's every day as you go. And if you look at the nurseann.com website, there's a tab about your legacy. Also what we're working on now, transformation. There's a nurses station. There's mental wellness. There's just so much more. Check it out and make sure you follow this channel. I'm just going to read you the beginning of the first poem in here, and then we're going to get on to the bonus and the prize. So this one is called Transformation, and it asks you and me, should I just stay the same and never have a new name? Keep doing things the old way, stuck in the past, afraid of a new day? Or find out what makes me tick? Explore the depths of what makes me sick. Break up the toxic soil. Bubble up the new and let it boil. Generational cycles and bonds of trauma exposed to the light will quell the drama. There's so much more, but we're almost time to go, so I'm going to let you check it out on your Everyday Legacy Poetry Devotional by Nurse Ann. I want you to live your purpose and your legacy as you go. So let's jump into the bonus and the prize, and then you can get out of here and get on with your evening. So once again, in my free time as a busy nurse on the front line, I did this 6-part fictional drama series based on the struggles that people go through in emergency and mental health on the front lines, what we go through. And you're also going to follow each of these stories. They're all interconnected. It's just like watching a television drama. And with your help, it's going to be a television drama and or web series. But each story highlights a different struggle or two going on in the front lines of emergency and mental health. And you follow the same frontline workers all throughout and see their own relationship drama, their own inner thought battles and struggles. And there's a lot of action, adventure, advocacy, awareness, romance, faith, inspiration, danger, suspense, and lots of action. It's written very quick. Just like I said, you're watching that quick television drama series. So you know what? To make it cheaper and it's almost free, I did put it in one book, and that's what you want to get because it's just one big story and it's interconnected, and it's the Mental Falls First 6 Stories edition, and there's a link on my website. You get to ride along with these frontline workers as they rescue those in crisis of mental, physical, and spiritual. The shifts are 24/7. You will have to buckle up on this compelling ride. And one more thing, and then I'm going to jump into the story, but we don't always have time to read. I know I don't. So I had it made into an audiobook. This is what it looks like on Audible and iTunes. It's the Mental Falls First 6 Stories edition by Nurse Ann, narrated by Drama Simpson. Guess what? He brought it to life with siren noises, different character voices, action. You're going to feel like you're right there in the emergency and mental health drama, and also see how the community, the church, the families help. Some don't want to help, and just all the action, drama, suspense, danger, romance, faith, and inspiration. So let's jump in, and then we're going to go. We already finished the mental files, sheep among wolves. You met the young lady battling frightening hallucinations while living on the street, trying to fend off ravenous predatory people, ravenous predatory wolves. And it wasn't easy. So you're going to see what happened to her. And then we did the mental files, Dr. John Doe. We talk about memory disorders, more action, danger. Meet the new paramedic that was rescued from a life of crime and danger. And then we finished a tent under the bridge. We talk a lot about homelessness, thought disorders, struggles, mental battles, action and danger. And now we're in the mental files, Defenders of the Week. Guess what? We're in the last chapter, and then we're going to jump into the next book, which next time will be the mental files, Ready, Willing, and Able. And we talk about the spectrum, disorders, disabilities, and how people can actually shine and have their own unique talents and be the hero in a lot of situations. And then we wind it up with the season finale, Out of Control. We talk about relapse, addiction, entitled people, the culmination of an important relationship, along with that action, danger, suspense. So I'm going to read you the chapter, then we're going to go. One more drink of water. Get one too. That's your nurseann.com tip. Make sure you follow, like, share this with others. So we're in the mental files, Defenders of the Week. We talk about anxiety, bullying, how they help each other, and just the whole drama. So we're in the last chapter, chapter 22. It's called Count Your Blessings. Are you ready? Angela and Jonathan sat in his office on Sunday morning and prepared their piece for the morning service. He was so thankful that he had someone to help him on Sunday mornings. She had even brought him fruit and tea. Amazing. So healthy, he thought with a smile. What are you smiling about over there? She teased. Oh, nothing. Just counting my blessings, he answered. As the two prepared to head out to the sanctuary, Jonathan wondered why he had not seen Robert Davis yet. He worried if the elder had a change of mind and maybe wasn't even going to show up today. Calm down, he told himself. Everything's going to be all right. God is in control. When they walked into the sanctuary, he still couldn't believe that Robert and his family were not there yet. After Angela read the weekly devotion, Jonathan took the microphone and asked for the usual prayer requests. What is your prayer request? Leave it in the comments and we'll work on that together. I have one, announced the voice at the back of the room. Looking up, he saw Mr. Davis with his wife and daughter. And to his surprise, they had a visitor with them. It was Marcella from the boarding home. I have a prayer request for you, Jonathan, and for the whole church, continued Robert. I want to know if you'll all forgive me and give me another chance. I've been doing a lot of soul searching lately and realize, well, God has shown me that I've gotten way off track with the heart of ministry. What have you gotten off track of in your life, your purpose, your mission, your legacy? Absolutely, Mr. Davis. I do forgive you, and I thank you for allowing me to serve at this church, declared Jonathan. We owe you so much, Jonathan. You'll make a great lead pastor one day, he complimented. After the applause from the church died down, the sounds of joyful worship music filled the air. And that's the end of the Mental Files Defenders of the Week. I hope you'll join next time because the adventure continues in the Mental Files Ready, Willing, and Able, right along with the frontline workers on the continuing drama series as they discover that problems arise in every type of household, for richer or poorer. And sometimes the limitations aren't all they look like to the spectators, and the unlikeliest of people can be the actual heroes. Abilities triumph over a spectrum of doubt. And will the young paramedic make wise or hasty relationship decisions? Do you make wise or hasty relationship decisions? Why does the mental health nurse get sent to the emergency room? And can the community and church finally accept the so-called different people in their midst? So I will see you at the next nurseand.com podcast. Follow, like, share, leave your comments. Have a great evening.